Hey everyone, it's the Robo Bunny and I'm back. I'm going to be showing you today how to use Dropbox to upload and share files. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and go to Chrome here where I've already logged into my Dropbox account. By the way, everything I'm showing you today is going to be done using the web browser interface. There's actually other ways to do this, but I think starting here is a really good place to start. This is also really helpful if you happen to be on a shared computer or on a computer that's not your own computer. You can easily upload files to your own personal Dropbox from a different computer. Just obviously make sure to log out afterwards. That's all. Okay, so if you don't already have a Dropbox account, I really recommend you sign up for one. You can get the link down below in the show notes, but you can or you could just go to Dropbox.com. It is free. The free account comes with, I believe, 2 gigs free or something like that. Anyways, you can check that out, which is more than adequate for our purposes right now. So here I am. I've logged into Dropbox and I'm at my home. This is basically my Dropbox, an overview of what's in my Dropbox, which is nothing right now other than this getting started PDF. So let's go ahead and start by uploading a file. And just to be clear, what I'm planning on uploading right here is this my Kathleen's first video. I made a little test screencast recording and I'd like to share that with someone, and so I'm going to upload this file to my Dropbox. So let's go back to Dropbox here. This is pretty straightforward. The first thing right over here, we see this little icon that says upload. Let's go ahead and click the upload button, and then we have the option here to upload to Dropbox. I'm going to go ahead and click choose files. Now I need to go find that file wherever it happens to be. In this case, it's really easy. It happened to be on my desktop. If it was elsewhere, you might have to go searching for it, but in this case, it's right on my desktop, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. There's Kathleen's first video, and I'm going to click open, and then here we see that it is uploading. See that? It's not a huge file, so it's not going to take us too long. We get a sense of, and this is all going to depend on the size of your file and the speed of your internet connection. So if you're uploading a super big file, you might have to be a little patient. But in this case, that didn't take too long, and that's like a 3 meg file. Okay, and we get the little green check mark that tells us when it's done. See there? If we wanted to add more files, we could do that. But in this case, I'm fine. I'm just going to go ahead and click the done button. And there's our video right here. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? Okay, so first things for that has been done. If we wanted to download that, we could go ahead and do that, but I don't want to actually download it right now. What I'd like to do now, which is actually share this with somebody else. And this is really handy. Why would I do this rather than actually just emailing it to someone? Well, for a number of reasons. Sometimes the files that you want to share happen to be really big, and the size of the attachment might actually exceed that of your email program. Or for example, if you're using Gmail, I believe Gmail has a 25 meg limit on the size of the files that you can attach. So this is a really easy way to send really large files to other people. And then also you're not junking up their email. They can just go and download it when they feel like it, or if they feel like it. So in this case, let's say that I wanted to send this to somebody else. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the link that I can use to share that, or that I can cut and paste this link so that I can email that link or submit it to somebody else, and then they'll be able to go to that link and download the file. So all we need to do here is I'm hovering over the little icon here, and I'm going to right click. Okay, right click, and then here by right clicking I see that we have a number of options here. The option at the very top here is called share link. That's what we want, so let's click on share link. And then here we get a couple options. If we wanted to, we could use their little import contacts. We could send a little email, but let's not do that. Let's actually do it manually so we really understand what's going on. This is handy if you want to do it that way, but what if I just want to get the link? I'm going to click on the Get Link button rather than Send, and let's have a look at what we want here. It has already told us that it's already copied the link to the clipboard, which is great, but let's say we didn't get that or we weren't sure. This right up here, this special address right here, see, with all the weird letters and seemingly random letters and numbers up here, that's a very special link. You have to enter this perfectly in order for somebody else to actually access your video. I guess in theory, someone could type all that out if they could randomly guess that, but that would be incredibly difficult to do. So obviously we don't expect anyone to actually type that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that. So I'm just going to copy all of that entire link there. I've copied that. And that is, let's actually just open up a little text document here. And that's the link. That's the link that you would share with someone. You could put that in an email message to someone. If you were submitting this, say for an assignment online, you need to fill out a form, you could submit that. This will link directly to your video. Now, there's a couple caveats, obviously. You can't delete this video from your Dropbox, because if you do that, then your video will no longer be located there. You also can't move your video to a different location. You want to leave it exactly there where it is, okay? So if you want to put things in folders and stuff, do that first before you actually generate this link, okay? But let's say we're happy with where the video is located. This is the address right here. You know, it's a really good idea to be absolutely sure, especially if this is something important like, you know, an assignment or something like that. You'll want to copy this link and test it out, okay? And how do you test it? Okay, let's think about this. Let's be smart. I could just pop this in the web browser, but that doesn't really show us what it's going to be like for other people because we're logged in right now. We could log out, or we could just open up a separate web browser. Here I've logged into Safari here. I've started up Safari. You could use any other web browser. I'm not logged into Dropbox here. See, I'll go to Dropbox and show you that if we load up Dropbox here, I'm not actually logged in in my account. I'm just a regular anonymous user. But let's go ahead and paste this address, this special address here. And let's hit enter to go here. And here we see a couple options. We see here's a video. It's called Kathleen's First Video. That's the file I just uploaded. We could either download it, or we could add it to our Dropbox. Let's say perhaps I don't have a Dropbox account and I just want to download that. I can go ahead and click download, and then I'll be able to download that. But that's neither here nor there. You don't need to know how to download a video. The important thing is you now know how to upload files to your own Dropbox and generate that special link, that link right up here, that special address, that you can then use. Oh, we didn't need to actually start that. Let's quit that. Okay, that you can actually use to submit or to send that video to share it with other people. There are other ways of doing this, sure, but that was pretty simple, wasn't it? All right. Well, I thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time.